Good morning, everybody. Morning, everybody. Today, morning world, Melanoid Nation. Everybody stand up. Shoot, in this late October, on this specific day. And as I'm here to go ahead and report to you, you'll just take a cue from one of my faves. It is happened again and still ongoing. So this is another day in the office of the self-inflicted genocide, which is basically known as white-on-white crime. Now, just to make the record straight, I'm going to just say it like this. I do not really get out here and take the pleasure of going ahead and making sarcasm about people getting killed on a daily basis. But what I do take the pleasure of doing is refuting the BS statistics that the white hate trolls come with when they want to go ahead with their dumb catchphrase. What about black on black crime? Theory. I just want to go ahead and let you know that. But anyway, though, this is your man here, the main man, the OG himself, the Black Knight, the real Knight Rider right here, Mr. O. And I'm glad to report that today is my favorite day. And welcome everybody to the amazing show where I talk about here, not the self-inflicted. Here I talk about my favorite show, which I dub WTF, or otherwise known as White Thug Friday. Now, reason why you heard the theme music from the movie, one of my favorite movies, Halloween, not just because that crappy holiday is around the corner, but this correlates very well with the knuckle dragging, flea infested, cave dwelling troglodyte that I'm about to mention here right now. And this is, I'm talking about the gentleman that you see there. For those who's following me here on YouTube, and I'm broadcasting live there, is Michael Vance, Michael Dale Vance Jr. Now what I'm gonna do, this has been ongoing. It's been a manhunt going in the state of Oklahoma. You know, it's the same city where they gunned down our brother Terrence Crothers, where that slack-jawed, no-neck heifer Betty Shelby gunned down Terrence Crothers because he looked like a quote-unquote bad dude. And it's just so funny that this is going on. But what I'm gonna do, this is coming straight from Crime Siders, and I'm just gonna go ahead and read the article to you. Then I'm gonna just come back with my dialogue on it, with my commentary on it. Police reveals new details about Oklahoma manhunt suspects' possible targets. Now, the Oklahoma man who has been on the run since Sunday, we're well into Friday, this damn near week, wanted in a string of killings, shootings, and carjackings, likely intended to attack several people linked to a sexual assault case against him, authorities said Wednesday. Michael Dale Vance Jr. is wanted on multiple charges, including 2 counts of first-degree murder. He was last seen early Monday about 30 miles from the Texas border in western Oklahoma. Western Oklahoma, East Texas. He definitely would have head out there. 5 miles from where the manhunt began Sunday night in Wellston. In case you don't know, Wellston is where it all started, is where he murdered 2 police officers. Both of them happen to be white, which is the reason why it makes like the white on white crime right here. Okay. Vance, 38, of Chandler, referenced some potential targets in video he posted live on Facebook Sunday, while on the run from police shortly before two of his relatives were found nearly decapitated at a mobile home in Luther, Oklahoma. Oklahoma County Sheriff John Westel told the Associated Press on Wednesday. Police said the two relatives may have been connected to the pending case. Just based upon his post there, it indicated he knew where he was going, but it does specifically name them as the object of his rage. But obviously, they turned out to be. Okay, well, man, sorry about that. That was a rage killing. Wetzel said Tuesday Vance had a hit list purporting to target several more people. As many as 8 names may be on the list, he said. Well, wow. Well, he's already planned this whole thing out. Sort of like in the movie Halloween. Well, little Michael Myers was 6 years old, and he went into the kitchen, grabbed a butcher knife, and gone ahead and killed the sister right up there while she was getting her hair done after she done had her little fantasy with her damn boyfriend. Got locked up, and you all know the rest. Let me continue. Law enforcement is providing protection for people Vance may be targeting. Obviously, as long as he isn't apprehended, we're extremely concerned about those he may have indicated that he wishes harm to. Most of those are outside of Oklahoma County. Now, in one of the videos posted to Facebook, Vance mentions the name of a woman and says that she knew that I would get my guns and I would come. And if you're so lucky, this went down this way. Wetzel says some of Vance's potential targets are connected to a case alleging Vance sexually assaulted a 15-year-old girl. Now we're looking at, pornographic molestation, sexual molestation of a minor. Very much in line with Michael Myers. Now, court records also show that Vance had a court hearing scheduled for November 7th, where we're not too far away from, in Lincoln County on felony charges of child sexual abuse involving the girl. Wellston officer Jim Hampton, who was shot in the foot during a Sunday gun battle with Vance, told Oklahoma City television station KOCO that he shot the suspect twice. Now, he fell to the ground again, laid there for a few minutes, got back up, and the firefight was on again. Just like Michael Myers. First movie Halloween, when Dr. Loomis went and shot Myers two times, he still stood up 4 more times, and he fell off on the balcony and onto the lawn. He went back to go check on Lori. Come back, he was gone. At one time, we were actually standing up facing each other, shooting at each other. Because there haven't been any confirmed sightings of Vance since early Monday morning, Wetzel told the AP, told the Associated Press that Vance, quote unquote, could be anywhere from California to Mexico, and oh God, here it goes again. I don't know why. From anywhere from California to Mexico to Florida. Why throw Florida in this? Why throw us in here? Let me go. This pissed me off. If he hasn't received medical treatment from that gunshot wound, at the very least, he's looking at infection. So there's a good possibility that he may be alongside the road in some rural part of the state, dead. Now, the FBI, which has coordinated the search for Vance, is being very tight-lipped, so he isn't tipped off to their efforts. Spokeswoman Terry Weber said in a statement. The search began Sunday night after Hampton and another police officer exchanged gunfire with Vance while responding to reports of shots fired in Wellston, which is 35 miles northeast of Oklahoma City. The other officer was also hurt but expected to recover. Now, the Lincoln County Sheriff's Office said, now Vance, he's fled in the patrol vehicle. Halloween 5. Vance is suspected of later shooting a woman and stealing her vehicle at a mobile home park near Wellston. Then driving about 8 miles to his relative's mobile home and killing Robert Everett Wilson, 55, and Valerie Cade Wilson, 54, said Oklahoma County Sheriff's spokesman Mark Opgerty. Okay. Vance is also suspected of shooting a man in the leg in the attempted carjacking early Monday at a convenience store in Sire, which is about 30 miles from the Texas border. Now, Oklahoma Highway Patrol said Vance is believed to be driving a silver 2007 Mitsubishi Eclipse with an Oklahoma license plate of 943 Lance Quincy Quarter. Now, Vance is described as here's the funny part. He's described as a Native American, standing 5'11" tall, weighing 212 pounds. It's funny how they say he's Native American, but he looks every bit Caucasian. Can anybody, does the term $5 Indian ring a bell? Oh boy. From what I've learned about Michael Vance, this is why I say he's a real life Michael Myers. And I noticed this whole thing started. He started to get off the chain after a few days before October 31st. Anybody that's followed the Halloween movie series would know Michael jumped off. Usually on Halloween Eve, before Halloween. Halloween. This is the same thing. It's basically like this. This guy, a one-man crime spree. Shoot. He definitely earned a spot here on White Thugs Friday. Definitely. Now, there's also a lot of things. They got a wanted poster out on him too. That's in the Oklahoma Police Department. Yeah. Says like, okay, age 38, 5'11", 212 pounds, Indian male. He was born like May something, like the early May. So yeah, Tory Rain, if you're listening, man, yeah, he's a Taurus. To all my friends that's Tauruses, yeah, he's a Taurus, dog. But here's the one thing that's interesting. Not only that he had a shootout with police officers and he shot one, I think he killed another, and killed the couple, nearly decapitated another one, and plus was caught, stole a patrol car, jumped out of that one, stole another one, and shot the person in the leg that he was carjacking. And plus, on top of that, all this began because he sexually assaulted a 15-year-old girl. Get this, add this on to it. Suspect has medical condition and may try to spread disease. He's also a disease carrier. Much like a rat, a vermin. But I also kind of noticed the lamestream media, your basic faux food news outlets, CNN, Fox, the New York Times, Washington Post, they're not talking about it. They keep it real hush-hush about this and stuff. Fox is busy trying to do damage control over the Donald Trump thing, audio tapes of him talking about saying he quote unquote grabbed women by the pussy. They trying to clean that crap up. and divert mostly everybody's attention from the presidential debate between him and Hillary. But nobody's talking about this barbaric trash right here. Now, I also noticed, now peep this, when it comes down to nationality, he say he's a Native American. Look at this picture. This man is nowhere near close to being indigenous. Because, see, first of all, nobody of indigenous origin, myself or our Native American brothers and sisters, we don't do nothing out the ordinary like this. Only these knuckle-dragging, flea-infested, hair-back Sasquatch descendants do this type of stuff. Now, notice too how the FBI and all these other law enforcement are telling all this and that and that, saying, wishing that he'd be dead, found on roadside dead. They never was going to try to take him dead. They were going to try to do everything they can possible to try to go ahead and take him alive. After he done gone ahead and killed a few of their own. You see how white supremacy works? It doesn't even work for you, white people. It only serves the 1%. People like Donald Trump. Okay? People like that. People like Donald Trump. People like Dan Gilbert, who owns the Cleveland Cavaliers, or the owners of the Cleveland Indians. Now, if you wonder why I brought those guys up, go to TBA and listen to his latest audio on the Black Authority, where he talks about like how black empowerment is being shut down over there in Cleveland. So it leads you right there. I don't have the link in the description. The only link you see there is the crime in the U.S. Table, or the FBI crime stats, table 43. But this guy, I mean, like I said, this is a real life Michael Myers. Anybody that's followed, is a movie buff, and they followed the history of Halloween, they know how Michael Myers was. I already explained like how he was 6 years old. He went into the kitchen, grabbed a butcher knife, went upstairs and killed the sister Judy and stuff because she wouldn't take him trick-or-treating, or so far as say, because instead she wanted to go ahead and knock boots and stuff with a dude. When he came out there, his parents ended up catching him and all that, and they shot him over there to Smith Grove Sanitarium for the criminally insane. He knew how he was doing to get back, sought revenge ever since, for 15 years. At that time he was he turned 21, escaped, stole the car, just like Michael Vance did. I'm just telling you how it correlate, and headed back to Haddonfield, Illinois. Then that's when he came to find out, well, in Halloween 2, he tried to kill Laurie, the first one. But in Halloween 2, he come to find out that Laurie Strode was his half-sister. And he did everything he could to try to go at her. Loomis stepped in. That was his doctor, his patient. Not only shot him in the eyes, but also lit his ass on fire, which basically put him into a coma for 10 years. Halloween 4, that's when we seen Myers came back. Strode was gone, so he decided to go after her daughter, which turned out to be his niece. Four and 5, he continued on that. Halloween 6, which is the curse. Now, little Jamie, that's his niece who we tried to kill, came back up, and she was pregnant. She in this cult, because in Halloween 5, what happened, a mysterious dude in black came in there, bust Myers out of jail, and kidnapped her. Now Jamie was like a young woman at that time. Also, she was pregnant. Guess who the sperm donor was? You guessed it, Michael Myers. This reminds me of Vance. All this started because he sexually assaulted a 15-year-old girl. And there's no doubt, I'm not going to put nothing past nothing past to this sexual deviant. Because after all, it's encoded in their DNA and in their chromosomes. The majority of sexual assaults of rape, as you see it on that crime table, 73.6% of of people who commit rape are mostly made by white males. Michael Vance is no different. And some of those cases happen to be against children under the age of 18. Girls and boys. Much like the two white thugs up in Ohio or Wisconsin, one of those two states, where they raped, killed, and mutilated a black boy. Well, nobody's talking about that either. Because before I even wanted to do this story, I wanted to make sure that I got all the facts straight and I got everything accurately. Because this man here, like I said, this is a real life Michael Myers. But the only difference is he doesn't have the William Shatner pasty white painted face. That's basically, over the past 25 years, have changed the face of Halloween forever. But the only thing I can tell you about the Halloween movie series, the only person that was able to basically bust Michael Myers up, who turned out to be a black man, in this case Busta Rhymes. You know, me personally, I would have chose somebody like Avery Brooks, you know, who played Hawk. But I digress. But it's just ironic to see how the law enforcement agencies are just trying to do everything they can to try to look for a loophole to make sure they want to bring him alive and all this. If that would have been a black person would have been doing this, they would have had maybe like military snipers looking for him, just like they did with Christopher Dorner. Okay, who I consider a hero. In 2013, he was that dude. He was that Nat Turner. He was that birth of a nation. But they didn't bring Christopher Dorner alive. No, they trapped him in a cabin outside somewhere in the woods of California, and they set in the crooked white supremacist LAPD set it on fire because he was exposing them about the corruption up in the top in the Los Angeles Police Department. And since they wouldn't listen to him, he did what he deemed was necessary. Yeah, the mainstream media went to work, which I told y'all is the propaganda machine for white supremacy, to make it say like, oh, this dude was crazy, blah, blah, blah. How he was crazy, but the LAPD was they were the ones going around here shooting any car at random that basically killed a white couple. They thought he was in there and he wasn't. Meantime, this person got knocked off. That person got knocked off. But the thing is, see, Christopher Dorner didn't molest no 15-year-old girl. Christopher Dorner didn't kill people, couples on randomly. Christopher Dorner didn't do none of that. He was basically fighting against white supremacy and corruption within the Los Angeles, or should I say Lower Alabama Police Department. In my book, Christopher Dorner was a hero. But the mainstream media paint the picture thinking like he was this psycho, out of his mind nigga that was like that. That's what they're saying within their little confines of their little circles. But they're real hush hush on this piece of crap in Michael Vance. It's really going to be real interesting to see what the defenders, the keyboard Klansmen, how they going to go ahead and put a spin on this one to try to defend them. Now, I'm not so naive to know that I know a lot of y'all is probably listening to my station right now. Now, I'm not naive to the fact that you probably troll my post. I'm not naive to the fact that y'all wondering about what we talk about, what we doing. And the thing is, I really don't care, because I spend a number of minutes and hours going ahead and blocking y'all dumb asses anyway to begin with, because now you're getting ready to be exposed and being shown for the buttholes that you truly are, being the mindless, ignorant, cave dwelling, knuckle dragging, hair back, fleeing, tick infested troglodytes that you truly are. Now, to my people, I have warned you, I had told you, told you about like how some of these people is. It's up to you whether you want to take heed to their advice or not. Don't sit around and wait about saying what I'm gonna do, or what Taurine Rain gonna do, or Miss Suboy 223 gonna do, or Jason Black gonna do, or Professor Black 2 gonna do. We ain't no motherfucking saviors, okay? I'm just a brother in arms, just like anybody else. Because this is the type of foolishness that we go ahead and try to deal with this. And you noticed how they said in that article too, that how one of the agents was saying that he could be anywhere from California to Mexico to Florida. Did you see how that working? So that means basically they already got tabs on him or knowing what he's going to do. Yeah, I can see him down here in Florida. He tag up with the other piece of filth, George Zimmerman, who knows better to stay his ass up there around in that Lake Mary area and all that, because he can't even come back down here to Miami because he know what will happen to him. But I'm not here to talk about that child murderer, child molester. This guy is 10 times worse than Zimmerman. And in that video, and I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all that's on Facebook that's probably seen that video, that he is riding around in that 2007 Mitsubishi Eclipse, and he's got an AK-47 right there with it, if not an exact AK lookalike. It's amazing how they also say it too. How they say he's got a rifle that looks like an AK-47, which shows you the clueless chowderheads over at the news stations. They don't get out much. Excuse me. It either, if it looks like an AK, then that means it is an AK. It's an AK-47. Let's just call it for what it is. But this is just something here. I just made the correlation to you how Michael Vance is like Michael Myers. I compared him to a fictional serial killer from the silver screen, and I also correlated the opposite of him not being like how the white supremacists are dealing with him differently than how they did with Christopher Dorner. And Chris Dorner to me is a hero. Okay? Plain and simple. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to conclude my episode today for White Thugs Friday, which is there what you got. What I just explained. This is just nothing more than another day in the office of the self-inflicted genocide of white on white crime. And now that concludes my broadcast for the day. This has been your host, your humble servant, Illinois Nation, U.S., the world, and particularly to my home territory here in Florida. This is the original Knight Rider, the OG himself, the Black Knight, Mr. O. And another thing too, also, you know, we also doing some moves too on top of that. You know, I warned you for years about with Facebook. Now, if you're tired of being on that Facebook plantation, we got our own social media, black media hub, Black Spot. If you got your smartphone for your Android apps, go in the Google Play Store, download it, and support it. This is our thing here. Our Facebook, our best alternative to that. And we need to stand behind and support that. Just like how y'all run down there to the theaters last Friday to go check out Tyler Perry's buffoonery of Halloween Boo, y'all could easily come on over here and support that. But I'm going to talk about that the following day on Historical Economic Saturday. That's coming back. But I'm going ahead. This is Mr. O. I'm out. James, crank it up for me.